Let's move into main topic number 4, shall we? And our fourth main topic today gets submitted to us by Edward. And Edward writes, "Hi, John. News just broke out that Bethesda, creator of famous games like Doom, Skyrim, and Fallout, has just announced that they're working with the newly branded LucasFilmGames to create an Indiana Jones game. Just wanted to ask, what are your thoughts on this and if you're excited for it? Thanks." Okay, man. Thanks a lot for sending that in. And yeah, if you missed it the other day, they put out this little teaser bite. It's like 20 seconds long. And all it is a camera panning across a desk with some of Indiana's books, his iconic hat and whip and things like that. Basically explaining we've got an Indiana Jones game coming. Am I excited about this? Oh, hell yes, I am. I am very excited about this. Anyway, this comes to us from the folks over at Screen Rant who writes, "While the contents of the game are unknown at this point, the fact that there's an Indiana Jones game in development at all is exciting news. The franchise has been absent from mainstream video games for a while now, with Lego Indiana Jones arguably the last popular release involving the property. Bethesda's acquisition by Microsoft was always likely to give the company even more freedom in tackling exciting IPs and potential licenses, but even still, the announcement of a new Indiana Jones game from a company as high profile as Bethesda is a major surprise." All right. So look, this is really exciting to me because there's a couple things here, Rob. You and I could probably name 5 video game franchises that in either in their entirety or in aspects try to be an Indiana Jones, but in video game format. Like, so many have tried to do it, some better than others. Uncharted is a great example of that. Tomb Raider, in many ways, they're basically Indiana Jones adventures. To actually do Indiana Jones with all the backstory and mythology and all the open options and things and opportunities you could do with it in any time period you want. You could have much younger Indy. You could have Indy in his prime Indy. You could have older Indy. I mean, you can do whatever you want with these games. It is a great idea. Now, just like movies, concept is great, but it's meaningless unless you execute. So just because it's Indiana Jones doesn't mean the game will be good. But I would be lying to you, Rob, if I didn't tell you I'd be excited about jumping into the world of Indiana Jones and playing a game like that. Now, because the parent thing here is Bethesda, one of the big questions that come around, Rob, is, well, since they're owned by Microsoft, does that mean any Indiana Jones game would be an Xbox exclusive?
Yeah.
I worry about that because I have a PS4. I'm going to get a PS5. But the thing is, would Lucasfilm allow a game to be one console exclusive? I mean, the argument you could make too is that well, look, even if it is an Xbox exclusive, Xbox exclusives can be played on PC and everybody's got a PC. So, I mean, that's an option there too. So I don't know. Look, let's stick with the main topic. Am I excited for the potential of an Indiana Jones game? Absolutely am. To jump, it's kind of like that same thing, Rob. Not all Star Wars games are great. Let's be honest.
No.
But I love jumping into a Star Wars game, even if it's a terrible game for a bit, because it feels like it takes you into the world of Star Wars. And if they can do that for Indiana Jones, then it's already a win for me. Anyway, Rob, you heard about this. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I think in Indiana Jones, tell me this. When you were a kid, did you ever play Pitfall?
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
In your mind, wasn't Pitfall totally Indiana Jones?
Yes, absolutely it was.
I mean, I was like, this is a Raiders of the Lost Ark game. And, I think every time I've played Uncharted, I'm like, this is kind of the cousin of an Indiana Jones game, And if they do an ultimate, like a combination of sandbox game and an Uncharted with Indiana Jones, I'm like, I'm in. And like you said, what if they did like a decade spanning story, kind of like how in Last Crusade, it starts with Indiana Jones as a kid. And what if they did that and you got to see Indiana Jones in multiple eras throughout the 20th century and it was all tied together in this giant story? Dude, I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm stoked, man. I'd love to get an awesome, modern technology, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, whatever, modern Indiana Jones game. I think it could be great. Can you imagine the graphics? I mean, he's
great.
penetrating some temple. I mean, the graphics on Uncharted when it first came out, and then you compare it to like that car. Was it in Uncharted 4 where they have that extended truck chase?
Thief's End? That might have been.
I mean, that was amazing. I remember seeing a playthrough video of that before the game had come out, and I'm like, this is incredible. And with the kind of graphics they could do now, they could do stuff we've never seen before. I think it'd be awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential here, guys. This could be, obviously the game could suck, absolutely, but I love that they're going to be giving it a shot. Question is, guys, what do you think about this? Are you excited for an Indiana Jones game? Do you think maybe the time of Indiana Jones has come and gone? But I don't know, man. I'm pretty stoked for it. What do you guys think? Jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys.